wonderful audience. I am glad you are here. Some of you are my students, some of you are not. I am thrilled that you're here. I really am. I'm delighted. So, why on earth would I pick a title like Surrender? It's like you guys must have looked at that poster, which was so beautifully designed by Dr. Connolly, wasn't it? Isn't that a great poster? It makes you look at it. You wonder what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, what does the word surrender mean to you? Yeah, what does surrender mean to you?
You know, release all the ego for me.
Okay, release all the ego. I like that. Okay, yes, Ruth?
Let go of everything.
Let go of everything. Ooh, I like that. Okay, what else? What else? Yes?
Whatever your inner desires is, to just push towards it without worrying about what will happen when you do.
Push towards your inner desires and let go of all the stuff that gets in the way of those desires. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Anything else? Because there are no wrong answers, by the way. Yeah.
Become the person the song is talking through.
Yeah, become the person that the song is expressing. In other words, sublimate yourself to what you're expressing. Beautiful thought. Okay. So, my idea of surrender in this case is I want us to surrender one thing. And that one thing, it's huge. It's fear. It is fear. We are taught from the time we're little, we come out on this planet, our huge soul pops into this little tiny squalling, squeaking body, and people start telling us, no, don't do that, don't do this, will you stop crying, will you stop making so much noise? And we, as artists, choose to say, I'm going to make noise. I'm going to make noise. But we still have those voices in our heads that speak to us and say, I'm not enough. I'm really going to mess up when I get out there. I'm going to forget all the words. I'm going to squeak and I'm going to sound horrible. The list is endless. Okay? So I have some field work for you. I think you're too old for homework, so it's field work. What I want you to do is write a list of 10 things that you're really afraid of. Things that really bother you, that come and haunt you in the night, especially the ones that say, I'm not good enough. And I want you then to take 5 of those things, and the card that Dr. Connolly gave you, you will see a Facebook address. It's facebook.com, and it is Showbiz Career. I want you to go to Showbiz Career and put down 5 things that you're afraid of. We're going to start a dialogue and we're going to start addressing what fear is and how to get rid of it. Because it is actually what you were saying. It has to do with ego. I'm not going to look good. I'm not going to be cool. I'm trying to be perfect. Ironically, the trying to be perfect gets in the way of your performance. It absolutely gets in the way of your performance. And that's why I say to you, make a big, fat distinction between when you're in the studio and you're working with your voice teacher or you're rehearsing yourself, and then you get on stage. When you get on stage, you are in a different world. You are in a world where you are not constrained by that little monster who's about this big, who only has 2 index fingers and they're very long, and he's got green teeth and he's got green drool, and he looks at you and goes, ooh, I didn't like what you did. Oh, listen to that note. Oh, that was off. Ooh, did you hear that? Oh. That little Mr. Niet Good Enough is upstaging you. Is upstaging the artistry that you're working so hard for in the studio and with your teacher. So I'd like you to surrender that fear and to let go of perfectionism And when you walk onto these boards, I want you to say, like the line from Carousel, "Well, Mr. Snow, here I am." Because that's what it is. At that point, it's you, and whether it's 2 people in an audience, whether it's 10 people in an audience, whether it's 12,000, it doesn't matter. That's time for you to say, here's my heart. Here's what I understand of this piece. And to get rid of that Mr. Niet good enough who's pointing at you with both fingers and making terrible faces and saying how horribly you're doing. Because he's a liar. He's a liar. Okay? Those are old voices and old habits. So that's one. That's the first surrender. The other surrender, I'd like you to surrender to failure. You think I'm crazy? Doesn't that sound weird? I want you to surrender to failure. What do I mean by that? What do you think I mean by that? Yeah.
Embrace the failure.
Embrace the failure. Could be something really valuable hidden there. What else? What else? Failure.
Oh, that's what she said, not to be afraid to fail, because when you fail, you learn.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything else? So let's think about failure. If you fail, it means that you did not attain what you were reaching for. Right? It means you missed the mark. You fell short. You did not quite garner what you were after. But let me tell you something. Failure is essential to your success. It is essential to your success for the following reason. If you have never failed, it's because you haven't set the bar high enough. Let that sink in. If you have not failed, it's because you have not asked enough of yourself to be able to reach, and whoops, I missed it. There is a company called Mind Valley, and I'm working with these wonderful, extraordinary life teachers. And Vishen Lakhiani is the man who invented or founded this company, Mind Valley. And he said that he builds 40% failure rate into his company. That he is always setting the bar up here, and if they start just breezing through the goals, that those goals and that bar is not high enough. So know that if you fail, fail fast. Admit it, look at it, analyze why, and let go. Instead, if we're hanging on to this image of ourselves as perfect, what happens is you feel shame. Oh, I failed. This is horrible. I'm going to fail in front of everyone, and everyone's going to see and hear how horrible I am. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks in the end, darlings. Unless they are taking care of the roof over your head, putting food in your mouth and gas in your car, or paying for your tuition, and even then they don't own you, then the fact is that you have a right to fail. And if you fail, make a huge splat. Fall on the floor, fail completely. All right? The other thing that I want you to surrender to is not something we often think about. Surrender to the possibility of your success, of an incredible success, of something that is going to feel fabulous for you. That you may just fall into, even accidentally, something that allows you to transcend all of the lessons. That's the purpose of lessons, you know. We keep working on technique until when we're on stage, we're not thinking about technique. Because if you're thinking about technique, that means you can't present what you're presenting to me. Instead, you're thinking about, oh, I should do this with my mouth, I should do that, I should do this. You're not present with me. So allow yourself the possibility of success, not just failure. So what are the 3 things I'm asking you to do? What are the 3 points we discussed? What are they?
Surrender.
Surrender, and surrender what? What's the first thing I want you to surrender?
Surrender to fear.
Surrender to fear, and I'd like you to write down for yourself, write down 10 things that are big fears, and take 5 of them and go to Facebook and put it on Showbiz Career, and let's start a discussion. Okay, that's 1. What's the other thing I want you to surrender to?
Failure.
Failure. Okay, be willing to fail. Be willing to give enough of yourself that you fail horrendously, and we'll all clap. And it's wonderful, because we're all human and we all make mistakes. Now, Donna and I on stage, we never made mistakes, right? Never. We never forgot the words. We never bumped into the furniture, right? Never. Never, 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 never. So I hope that you're going to live up to the 2 of us. You know that's nonsense, and you know I'm lying. Okay? So, then 3rd, I want you to surrender to success, to your own success. So that's what I leave you with, and that's what I want you to examine. When you go through, and this is a lesson that can be used in life too, not just in performance, write down everything you're afraid of. And if the list extends to 100, if it's 200, what difference does it make? Write down everything you don't want. And ironically, what you're left with is, if I don't want all of that, I guess I must want this. And keep your vision, your brain, your thoughts, and your focus on what you do want, and things start changing. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay? So who is first? Who is singing first? She's already there. That's wonderful. And I have to say, most of you know that I was on stage since I was 10 years old. I didn't walk off stage until I was 50. So you know that I'm 120 by now, right? I just look good for my age. I've had everything lifted. Okay. What's wonderful in this moment right now is because of this woman, I want to say thank you again to Dr. Donna Connolly, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here teaching. So I will say that a lot, because she dragged me kicking and screaming.
I stalked her.
She really did stalk me. And she's scary. When this woman gets going, she's scary. So all I can say is, thank you, because I am a teacher. All right, Miss Melanie. Hello, Judy.
In the morning, how
That was beautiful, and what I loved about it most of all is the smile on your face. When she smiles, it's like the sun comes out. Okay, right? What did you understand of this song? What did you understand? Did you understand words?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me ask the audience first. I want to see what they understood. Because see, no matter how much we study, we know what we're doing unless we are able to transmit it to them, then we're still missing the mark. So what words did you understand?
Well, for the most part, I think I understood everything.
Okay.
Sometimes it was a little like, I wasn't too sure, but from your expression, I like understood, okay, this is the thought. And like, I looked down a couple times to reference the text, because I'm like, oh, I didn't know what you said there. But
Right.
I had an idea of what you wanted to say anyways, like, with expression.
Good. First of all, that's wonderful because she did set a spell and she was in that moment. Did anybody understand something else? Was there something that was clear to you or not clear to you? Was there something that wasn't clear? Did you know where she was?
Was she talking about like a scenery, like how beautiful it was? Because I wasn't sure if it was like a scenery or like a person, or like their at place together.
You tell her.
Okay, so basically I was picturing in my head being in a little cafe in France, sort of watching the world go by, drinking coffee, and yeah, basically I was just describing everything that I'm picturing, like the trees, like a man across the street washing the sidewalk with a hose. Yeah.
So one of the things, when you think about what these words say early in the morning of a lovely summer day, that's very clear and easy to understand, as they lowered the bright awning. Now that I did not understand. As they lowered the bright awning, but I want you to see it so clearly that even if they didn't understand as they lowered the bright awning, that they're going to get this scene is unfolding. She's like the first person at the cafe. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. The French bread, the baguettes have just come out. The fragrance is incredible. She's having café au lait. She is enjoying this whole scene. And then in the middle of it, our composer puts Rue François Premier. Well, what on earth is like, that is the place. That is the street. So you may not get what on earth she's saying there. Doesn't matter, as long as you see it really, really clearly. Okay? And then, with a dash, they were hosing the hot pavement. So it was already hot in the morning. And there's a smell of summer showers and flashing spray. And Melanie was telling me about smelling, you know when the rain is coming? So you know that beautiful smell? So think of that. Think of the coffee that she's drinking, and think of this beautiful, the croissants that have just come out and that she's eating. And she's 20, and she's a lover, and she's going to turn 20 when?
Next month.
Next month, okay? So, and then she told me she's going to Paris. You are going to Paris, right? Okay, good. You have to supervise the rebuilding of Notre Dame. So, what I want to see happen right now, I want you to go so intensely into what you're saying that they don't have to look down at all. I want you to see the scenery like greenery. They've got these little potted plants around this little cafe. You've been places like that. So go there with her. See it. And I want you to commit 100% to exactly what it is that you're seeing. The fragrances, the crispness. You break off a piece of croissant, how it makes buttery flakes all over your fingers. Okay? So really, when you're working on poetry, don't just think, although the rhythm is the foundation of your house, the foundation is, number one is your rhythm, okay? And you hear some beautiful harmonies with the piano and the sing and the voice. So it's a very beautiful combination. But on top of it now, there has to be, I am seeing this and I am sharing this with you. So go there one more time, Melanie, and I want you to be so intensely there. You just had to hop over puddles from him washing the sidewalk. And now you sit down and they're used to you being there. So you don't even ask for the coffee and milk. They bring the coffee and milk and they bring a couple of croissants, like a mound of croissants with warm butter, and it's hot. Feel what it's like. When you start feeling where you are, let your hand drop from the piano and feel the butter on your fingers. And start smelling that fragrance of the rain and the wetness of the pavement. Go there and take us there only with your commitment. What did you hear differently? What changed? What shifted? What happened? You were in, you could see it, you could smell the coffee. Talk about wake up and smell the coffee, we could, right? Okay, what else? What else?
The mood change.
Yeah, energy. Yeah.
Completely. Did you feel that she was not thinking about, how do I sound right now? How did I pronounce that? Oh, am I in the right place? It wasn't about that at all right now. Right now, it became not singing in a studio. Now it became performance. Now it became performance. So all of a sudden, when that happens, everything shifts. Her face was transformed. It made it easier for Donna because Donna knew exactly where she was going to breathe or going to pause because she could feel where she was going. The only thing when you say, I was 20 and a lover, I loved the look on your face, and in paradise to stay. That's what I want to make sure that when you say paradise, you mean it. I want you to feel everything about your life in these few months that you've been in this city, everything has changed. So make sure you really commit to that. Brava. Really, really good job, and don't forget to thank your pianist. Thank you, my dear. Okay, who is next?
Can I say something musical about this piece?
Oh, please, please. Stay, Melanie, yes.
For those of you that are studying harmony and enjoy it, maybe, Cruz, I know you enjoy it. So this comment might be for Cruz only because he really doesn't enjoy harmony. I love French music, and one thing I love about French music is they use this device called parallelism. So they take chords and they move them parallelly. Isn't that beautiful? That is so French.
It is so French. It is.
Every time you hear this, oh my goodness, it's so French. It immediately makes me relax and think, I am in the cafe.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm
And
hoping when tonally, when you hear that you get that sense too of this, it is so French, baguette.
And Donna, isn't there a French trance and an Italian trance and a German trance? There are different moods that composers set out, that languages cause to happen as well, harmonies cause. So when you see an artist, I mean worthy of the name artist, is someone who can switch from singing an Italian art song group and then goes to the French group, their body changes, the look on their face changes, everything changes. That is when you can feel that trance. When you let, everything is vibration, you know that everything is vibration. So the vibration of these parallel chords is something that does something different to your body. And the more you allow yourself to enjoy it, then you also are having a party on stage. And when you're having a good time on stage, guess what? Everybody in the audience is having a good time. Instead, when you see someone counting, you can see their eyes going up, as going over, you can see their toes moving. No, do enough work that when you finally get on stage, that you're in this world and that you are enjoying yourself as well. Beautiful musical note, so important. Thank you. Thank you again. And thank you, Donna. Yes. All right. Aaron. Probably in the back, yeah. I don't know. Which side is he on? Aaron! There he is.
I have to apologize in advance. I have these all spread out, so I'm going to have to rip them off. So just keep going. Nothing will be weird.
Beautiful job. Beautiful job. I do see little Mr. Niet good enough. He's only about this tall, but he's trying to take stage. He's saying, look at me, I'm so important. He didn't do that the right way, and I didn't like the way he did that. You know where that little character lives is right in here. He lives in here, okay? And when you let him out of your head, instead of banishing him when you go on stage, what happens is you start listening to yourself. Could you see him listening to himself?
I try to control my facial expressions, but I realize like
No, but see, you're taking a lot of fun away. Because if you're controlling your facial expressions because I'm trying to hide from you what I'm really feeling, then I am not being absolutely in the moment. I am instead realizing that I did something that I don't want to do, so I'm trying to cover up that I did it, and by then, you've missed like 4 measures. Okay, and then it's too darn late. Okay? So, what is the meaning of this song?
he's speaking to a person who he really admires, who he really loves.
Yeah.
He literally loves everything about them.
Yes, bramato oggetto, that means beloved object. Yes? That's all you can think of? Oh, there's more than that. This goes on for days. Okay, so then what else is cerco te? What does that mean? Cerco te. Chiamo te.
Like, I know like in that section he's breathing, like he's taking a deep breath, like he's sighing. And
the taking the breath, Aaron, and this is where your refuge is for all of you. Unless you know what every single word, and I mean every single word, means, you are going to get lost in being a technical singer. I love technical singers. We need to be technical so that we hit all the notes. But what happens when you say, "O del mio dolce ardor, bramato oggetto, cerco te, chiamo te," it is, I look for you everywhere. I search for you everywhere. And the air that you breathe, at last, I breathe. Do you know what that says? I'm close enough that I want to breathe the very air that you're breathing. You guys, just because you may think, 17th century, 16th century, what did they know? How do you think we got here? They actually knew what they were doing, okay, baby? So this is a modern rap song. Because you got jung 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 jing 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 jung jung. Ask Donna, it's a rap song. Okay? So what you need to do is commit to what you're saying, and when you commit, you have the most beautiful sound, Aaron. You have this gorgeous sound. But if it is a gorgeous sound that isn't informed by meaning, then how are you going to enchant me? I'm going to walk away saying, "Wow, that's a beautiful noise that he makes." Instead of saying, "Oh my God, how Aaron said that's a love, man, is that a love song? I'm on fire. I got to go kiss somebody fast." You can take us there. You can take us there. So I want much, much more out of you. I want you to know what every single one of these words mean. Bramato oggetto is beloved object. You are beloved above all things. L'aura che tu respiri, the air that you breathe, al fin respiro, at last I breathe it. Ovunque io guardo io giro, every place I turn. It's like a line from Cyrano de Bergerac. Every place I turn, I see a landscape aflame with the fire of you. I want you to commit to that. And when you're on stage, darling, it doesn't matter whether you've had good experiences in love or bad experiences in love. When you're on stage, you can say anything you want and nobody can do anything to you. Do you realize that? You can be as outrageous. You can have the most outrageous images in your head. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks because they're your images. but I want you to commit to this. And when you went for, I'm going to say high note, that's not a high note, okay? That's not a high note at all for you. What happened is I saw the back of your neck go, nyeh. It like clenched up and your chin came out. And I said, oh, he's really going to be able to do it that way. No. It's like, take refuge in what you're saying and it will sing itself. This song sings itself. I promise you it does. Let's start again, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be right in your face, okay? I know it's horrible. I know. I'm horrible. I'm your worst nightmare.
Something musically too. So I absolutely agree. You have to give meaning to your text. You also have to give meaning to your music.
Yes.
Because this becomes tiresome.
Yes.
It's a Baroque device. It's a rhythmic device, but it has to mean something.
Something.
So what could it mean to you?
It's a heartbeat. It's a heartbeat. And you're the one who's expressing the truth of what that heart feels. Feel that.
And it has pulses.
Yes, it does.
Movement. So you have to feel organically underneath you what this music is telescoping to tell you to do as well.
And to take time. And to take time.
I have the pages in the correct order.
And Donna is composing. She's composing. It's fine. It's fine. It's great. All right, so one more time. Da capo, maestra.
What does da capo mean?
Yeah, what does da capo mean? It means the head, but what else does it mean? From the top, yes. Okay. Object is right there in front of you. Beloved object, I love you more than anything. The air that you breathe, I want to breathe it. Now she's going to say that. Da, 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 da. At last, I breathe it. Da, 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 da. Yes. Stop. Yes. Every place I look. Every place I look, there you are. There's your face. I smell your perfume. It fills me, the love. Relax the straw. Now, faster, the heart is going faster. This desire that I feel, it's making me crazy. I'm searching for you, I'm calling you. Chiamo te. Take time. Now really take time. It's one phrase. The air that you breathe. give yourself time. From your heart, not from your throat. Was there a difference? What did you hear? Yes.
I can definitely feel a more sort of like an underlying passion, other than like the first time I really saw like thinking in your head.
Good.
But this time, I think that like even the high notes were so much better. They were so much more confident.
Brianna's dying. I'm going to let her talk, or she's going to pop.
They weren't even worried, like they weren't scared. They came out.
They just came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk.
Okay, so, I love you so much. Okay, so those high notes,
Which are not high
exactly.
for him. They're not high at all for
the air
him.
quotes, right? They just came out. They came out and they were so like straight. Like they weren't like coming in out of breath. They were just so, like, oh my God. And then you get, like, there were some moments where you were like, I'm not sure, right? But then when you were sure, it was, okay? And that's
Big difference. Anything else? Anything else?
I felt the song in my heart.
What, darling? You felt
Like
it.
he was feeling, I was
You were feeling. That's the whole point of singing. It is not to hear ourselves make beautiful noise. The whole point of bothering to get on stage, to actually sing and make noise at people, is so that our vibrations intermingle with their vibrations and they feel something. So, watch the breath. You are breaking up words. You are breaking up words, and you cannot break up words. Donna, where's the very end of this? Oh, I'm sorry. Just as she put it all down. Vestia, right the very end. Okay. Let's go from here.
You've got to take more time.
Yeah, you just have to, in other words, if you're talking about a love that is talking about air, I cannot wait to breathe the air that you're breathing. It's like you have to take time to say that. You can't just go, al fin, respi. No. Al fin. Can't even breathe. Respi. Yeah. So let's do that again. Let's go from where, Donna? From where? Laura, que tú?
Okay.
Laura, que tú at the bottom.
Now, you see what I mean by the...
It's the heart.
It can either feed you, so you have to listen to how it can...
And you have to make it faster. You have to make the heartbeat faster, and you have to make the heartbeat slower. You're so in awe of this love that you feel. Haven't you ever felt that your breath stops? Your heart feels like it's stopping? Yes. Yes. Da-da, you're making that noise. Da-da-da, al fin da-da-da, wait. The heart is starting to beat again. This was
It needs an extra beat.
it does.
One
It does.
extra beat.
It does. It does. Okay. Respiro. So and you hold them until you stop. You hold the audience until you stop. Take time with this. Dominate this piece. Brahmato jetto has to be one breath. Has to be one breath. So make sure that you're looking at this, where the breaths are, where the breaths aren't. Your sound is so beautiful that you don't have to show me that your sound is beautiful. Do you get it?
Yes.
What you have to do is express what you understand of what love is, and I know you do. And you also know what love is not. And that's also an advantage. It may feel like hell, but we know what it's not. Bravo! Okay. Thank you, Miss Donna.
Could someone turn off the storm?
Oh, the noise, yes, yes. It's a Wagnerian storm, that's what it is. All right, so Vaga Luna. All right. Cruz, what I love, first of all, is that you know what every word means, because tú eres español, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so because he's Spanish, he does know what every word means. So the expression is there in your face. But one of the things I notice is that your body gets in the way of expressing what your brain and your eyes understand. Okay? One thing I notice is that you were loosening up the feet. So you grab the floor with your feet,
yeah,
right?
I didn't want my legs to shake, and I'm not even that nervous, but I felt like I was losing balance. And I was like,
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get into this because I actually like this song.
It's a
Like, my
gorgeous
mindset,
song.
yeah.
It's a gorgeous song, and I like a couple of things we're going to soften. But one of the things, notice now body, okay? Turn in profile. Do you notice that cruz is going like this? You see this? That the back is there, the pelvis then comes out. Okay? Well, what does that do to the body? Okay? It gets you a little bit out of line. So, come with me to the wall. It's time for execution. Okay. Come to the wall and back up to the wall.
With my heels?
Yeah. Back up to the wall. And feel what just happened to your shoulders.
They drop.
So first of all, he just got about 2 inches taller. Okay, which is always cool. Okay. So now you feel where that position is, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very different position. Now relax your knees. You're still in that position, but relax the knees. Okay, so now feeling that feeling, come forward and keep that same balance in the body. Does it feel totally weird?
Yeah.
Does it feel totally weird? Okay. Because we get in habits and we don't notice how we stand. So, a good singer who is in excellent physical shape, because we are athletes, by the way, and we need to be in excellent physical shape. Okay, when I was singing, I was in darn good shape. I could sing no matter what position a director wanted me, I'd be able to sing. So make sure that you are in touch with that body. Mm-hmm. So when you start, let's all of us stand up. Stand up. We're all going to do this together, okay? So what I want you to do is, without using your arms, now see, the pelvis just came out again. Do this. You're going to have to, the first thing you're going to do is become aware.
Okay.
And the minute you become aware, you're going to go, I'm in the wrong position. Okay, so feel when your body's straight. Feel when your body's nice and lined up. Your ankles, your hips, all right, over the ankles, okay? The shoulders are over the hips. Everything is in a beautiful line, all right? So now lift up your shoulders to your ears without using your arms. Lift up your shoulders and roll them back. Roll the shoulders back. And now drop them down. Ooh, the whole audience just got taller. Okay, do you feel how much the trapezius grabs you? These muscles right here starts grabbing. The back of the neck grabs when I was seeing you, Aaron, do that. So what you want is find that place where this heart is open. So one more time. Lift it up to your ears. Roll it back. And now drop them down. And now feel with the bottoms of your feet. This is my real estate, where I stand. Right now, you own it. When you're on stage, you own this real estate. Because this becomes apologetic. You see what I just did with my body? Put the pelvis out, put the shoulders in, I'm covering my heart. No. Lift them up and say, here's my heart. I own this land that I'm standing on right now. So you feel the difference? I want all of you to walk around taller and with more arrogance, the good kind of arrogance, saying, I own this land that I'm walking on right now. Sit down and thank you, darlings. So one more time. I'm going to be going like this to you, okay?
They'll move forward.
Yes, because this wants to move forward because you're accustomed to doing it, darling. That's all. It's just that you're accustomed to doing it. So what I want you to do is get very, very still in the beauty of these words that you understand. I want you to feel that and feel the heart pulling you out. And the minute you see that how these shoulders went in,
Yeah.
lift up the shoulders to your ears without using your arms. Roll them back. Yes. And in here. Yes. Do you feel the difference? I know it's going to feel like totally weird to you for a while, okay? But it will change not only how you sound, but it will change how you appear in the world. It really will. It'll make a huge difference, okay? It's salero automático. Oh, it's automatic cool shit. That's the translation. Okay? So find that. Find that. You know, you're slender enough to be a torero. Have you seen a torero working with a bull? Have you ever seen at least even on a film?
Yeah.
You see how they hold themselves? Make the belly button go in. Belly button in. Uh-huh. This in and this, uh-huh. There we go. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Make yourself narrow and small, and the head goes up and the shoulders go down, and the heart is not covered. I'm going to reveal to you what I understand of this song. Okay? So forgive me if I'm going like this while you're singing. Okay? You don't have to do it all. You want to do the second verse? Donna, we do the second verse. From the Dille pur che lontananza il mio.
Dille pur che lontananza il mio tuono vuole
Relax the knees.
che se nutro una speranza e là il sol sì e là il sol nell'avvenir che se nutro giorno e sera
Relax the knees.
con dolore del dolor che una speme lunzinghiera mi
Stillness in the body.
mi conforta nell'amor che una speme lunzinghiera mi conforta nell'amor che una speme lunzinghiera mi conforta nell'amor nell'amor
Straight out. Straight. Don't tilt the head. Straight out.
Amor.
Yeah. First of all, Cruz, tú eres un hombre bello, okay? You're a handsome man. You're a handsome man. And when we move too much and we're doing this, we're apologizing for being where we are. And I don't want you to apologize for anything, okay? You have a right to be here. You have a right to be making this beautiful noise, all right? The minute this comes in and starts covering your heart, you have to say to yourself, no, I'm willing to show my heart. Because when you're on stage, you can do whatever you want. Nobody can hurt you. Nobody can hurt you when you're on stage, okay? So, speme. Don't make the M so hard. Say speme. Now relax the jaw. Be dumb. How many of you have heard me say to you, be dumb? Be dumb. Okay. So speme. That's Italian. The other one was Spanish with a little bit of Italian thrown in. Okay? So look at these words and find, mostly in you, it is not your expression of what you understand. It is that your body goes into an apologetic posture. So do you realize, okay, what makes up an apologetic posture? Tell me, what do you notice? What do you notice? Yes? Yes, please.
So for one, I've never heard you sing before. We're in the same studio. Chorale doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Okay.
But wow, it's so crazy because looking at you, it's from the neck up, you're one performer. From the shoulders down, you're another. From the neck up, you're very vulnerable, but from the shoulders down, you're very guarded and very So, everything that's going on up here, you gotta bring it down here, because like, don't ever lose that. That was incredible. Like,
Thank you.
That is beautiful, Aaron. Right on the ball. And the reason why that's right on the ball, he's been there too. And most of us who bother to go into performance is because we have, as they said about William Yeats, the Irish poet, he was hurt. Mad Ireland hurt him into poetry. Many of us have been hurt into song. Okay? And that's why we come to the stage, because we get applauded for the pain. But we have to make sure that we translate and turn that pain into beauty. So the minute you see shoulders come in, look at the difference in me standing here like this and then doing this. What's happening to me? Right now, all of the authority that you see in me is all of a sudden gone. And if I do this, then my whole body is going into an S shape. And it's an apologetic S. So your wall is going to be your best friend. You're going to find that wall. You're going to back up the shoulders into the wall. You're going to relax the feet and express yourself. And not a whole bunch of head movement.
Okay.
Because the words are so gorgeous that all you need to do, you have a very expressive face, is tell me what you understand of this song, basta. That's it. That's all you need to do. Okay? So trust yourself and own, this is part of what I was saying before, own the real estate that you stand on. And when you own the real estate, if you ever see a flamenco dancer or you see a matador, this is mine. This is my, you see that my head, I make my neck as long as I can make it. My shoulders are on the floor. There's length, there's energy in my body, in my hands. It's all of this. There is no covering on stage. We don't need to. We don't need to. Keep working on that. Keep working on that. Musical stuff.
I want to say one musical thing.
Yes.
All of you, I've been working with Cruz. I've been so enjoying working with him. We have chamber ensemble together. All of you need to give yourself permission to take a longer note,
time.
A note that has length, a half note, a quarter note, and give it something longer, because that
yes.
We're going to milk it.
Absolutely.
And Chris, I know you can do that. I know you can milk it. Give it some
You want
space.
to do the last page again, Donna? Do the last page again. Find that place inside of you. Lift up those shoulders to your ears. Roll them back. And let those shoulders go back. Forto. Yeah.
Is that before que una spin?
Yes.
Mi conforta nell'amor che una speme lusinghiera. Mi conforta nell'amor che una speme lusinghiera. Mi conforta nell'amor.
Yes, much better. And remember, not that amount of rolled R. It's lusinghiera. Watch my tongue. Lusinghiera. One little flip, not R. R con R cigarro, none of that. Okay? Bravo. Thank you, and thank you, Donna. Good. All right. Ave Maria. Brianna's ready, I'm sure.
Brianna!
She's coming! She just said I just messed up so bad. Now, I know that none of you have ever messed up so bad, right? Never, 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 absolutely not. I haven't done, I hasn't, none of us have. So it's only you. You poor thing, you're on your own island. Oh my goodness. Darling, it doesn't mean a darn thing. Okay, let me tell you about messing up really bad. Middle of my career, I'm doing really well, and I hear, you probably guys don't know who Peter Brook was. He did a famous Carmen, okay? An adaptation of Carmen. So I am so excited because I get an audition with this guy. I'm thrilled to death. So I walk in, Columbia Artist Management, my management arranged it, I'm with this top management, and there's another guy sitting in the audience. And I realized that it was Matthew Epstein. And a friend of mine had been telling me my entire career, you have got to sing for Matthew Epstein. You have got to sing for Matthew Epstein because Matthew Epstein can make or break your career. You've got to sing for this man.
We've all heard that.
And I would say, Andy, no, I'm sorry, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And no. I walk in to the Peter Brook audition, and there he is. You guys, I lost it so bad that I couldn't sing my way out of a paper bag. And probably because I looked okay, they asked me to sing a second number. And my legs were shaking so bad, Cruz, that I knelt on the floor to do the card aria. And Peter Brook's comment to me was, oh, so do you always do things the same way? And I went, no, I didn't say, I'm so nervous I think I'm going to die. Of course, I blew that audition big time. Okay? That could have been a real coup for me. It was like the perfect kind of thing that I like to do with such a combination of theater and song. I blew it. Did the earth stop turning? Or did I have a career that went on for another 25 years? No, for another 25 years. So, darlings, you are going to blow it. That is guaranteed that that's going to happen. You can feel bad. You can get... I was singing at the Puccini Festival and a gnat flew into my throat. Okay? Flew into my mouth when I breathed in. So like the whole next page was like... bleh, 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 and it wasn't Gaga. Okay? So it happens to us all. And what you need to say is what they say to us. Next. That's what you need to say. Next. Wasn't that marvelous? I really flubbed that. It was great. Okay? It was great. So you see, you got a chance to fail spectacularly. That's wonderful. Okay. Now, who would know that you would be doing the Ave Maria, Notre Dame, at this moment, right now, if you can go there and think that Notre Dame is our earth that we're not loving, that we're not taking care of. That is Notre Dame indeed. And honey, when we don't treat Mother Earth right, she can turn us on our heads and get rid of us like gnats. So, relax, start over, and sometimes you will have a moment like this in a recital, and you just stop and say, that was awful, let's do this again. And by you being human, you bring your audience right into your heart. I was at La Scala seeing Montserrat do a concert. She asked the audience, she was on fire. Man, she was like unbelievably fabulous. She asked the audience, my feet are killing me. She said it in Spanish, Italian, and English, can I take off my shoes? And they said yes. And she was singing one of the Falla songs. And she started dancing. And she had on hose. She had on stockings. And she fell. This mountain of a woman fell on the stage. And all she did was go like this on the stage and keep singing. The place came down. The place came down. That is the beauty of us that want to be the monstres sacrés, the sacred monsters that have these incredible sounds. Well, we're risking. Yes, we're risking. We're putting ourselves out there. We're risking. You might fall on your butt. But always don't forget to be human. For all that we teach you to keep it under control because you have there's a certain etiquette and manner of the stage. But nevertheless, be yourself. Be human. Because that is heartbreakingly beautiful. So do this again. And this time, if you want to, just do VV or VVed, pick another syllable, whatever you want. Just sing it like it's an exercise. You're just making a beautiful sound.
Okay.
You're just making a beautiful sound. That's all. And trust that there is one there, because oh boy, is there one there. Okay? So now just relax. Lean back into the...
I was trying not to do that because then I get too comfortable.
Oh, God forbid that you should be comfortable on stage. Did you hear that? Oh, yes.
Just one thing. Don't be afraid of that note.
It's nothing, of course.
You have it.
It's the first note, and it's hard to hear, so it's always in that first chord. So she has to intone that through the whole thing.
Because if not, she's going to miss that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Remember that. Keep that in the back of your space.
Yeah.
All of you have to send her that note.
And right now, just lean back against the piano and have fun with this is such a beautiful sound. You have such a beautiful sound, and this is a beautiful piece. And look at the moment that you're singing it, and you're singing it for Mother Earth. Sing a lullaby to the earth, please. She really needs one. We haven't been very kind. So what happens though when we transmit out there the fear that's coming up inside of us, when your beautiful face gets all scrunched up? It didn't get up as scrunched up as it did the first time.
Oh God.
Okay, it did not. It did not. So already that's a big thing. So what happens is you need to do this humming, walking around the house, finding that place up here where it's resonating easily. That will translate to ease when you're on the stage. I know that this is demanding, that it comes out of like, what? Huh? Yes, but you have the sound for it, you have the range for it. But the fear in your body, look at your hands. Do you see her hands? I mean, darling, this is not brain surgery.
I know, I know.
And the only way you are going to get better on stage is by being on stage. That's the only way you're going to get better. You are not going to become a better performer in a classroom. You will develop technique, you will develop foundation, you will have things to rest upon, which will make you more confident. But that's not where you're going to become a performer. You're going to become a performer on the stage when all of these gremlins and monsters come up and say, look at me, pay attention to me, I'm so much more important. No, they're not. This beautiful sound that you have is there. Trust that, darling. Donna has something to say.
So, I say to a lot of my students, would you please trust the beauty of your sound and live in it? And enjoy it and allow it to live in a bigger space. Because you have high notes for days.
You really do. You really do. This is not a high note for her.
F's and G's, and it's like every week it's like, okay, we keep going higher and higher. So there are notes that live in your system, and I want you to give yourself permission. Allow yourself to live on those high notes and say, oh, that feels really good. Enjoy how good it feels to sing high notes. You know what I mean?
And when I say to you guys, don't listen to yourselves, you didn't buy a ticket. You didn't buy a ticket. It's up to us to listen to you so that we can help guide you. Because when you're listening to yourself, you are not feeling where the note lives. That's why I say to you, feel where that note lives, that even if your nose is stuffed up and your throat feels lousy, how many times did we sing when we were sick? Oh my Lord. You know where it feels right. And when it feels right, then it's right. I want you to do the hard part sitting down. Sitting down.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I dare you to squeak and be like really ugly, ugly, ugly sound. Scare every mouse at NJCU that they're going to go tearing across West Side Avenue.
And I dare you to enjoy it.
I dare you to enjoy it too. Oh, yeah. She doesn't think she can do it. Who wants to lay bets? I'm not even a betting woman, but who wants to lay bets that she can do this? She says she can't. So you're going to bet 25 cents you can't? 25 cents that you can't do it? Go ahead, bet against yourself. Go ahead. You're going to lose. Yeah. No, so sit there, and I want you to, oh, what a pretty color. I want you to look at your nails while you're singing. I want you to look at this. I want you to look at your nails. I want you to count your fingers. She's got freezing hands. Okay? So I want you to look at this, and I don't want you to think about where anything is. Just feel where that's supposed to go. You've done it with Donna. Just let it come out. You lost! How did that feel?
I don't know. It felt good, but in a weird way. I don't know.
I'd like you to be weird, please. I give you permission to be weird. Donnie, all right. I'm going to shut up. What did you guys hear? Talk.
Oh, no crying. Okay, the first time, first of all, thank you for not stopping and continuing. Like, whether you realized it or not, like, in that moment, like, yeah, you made your comment, but you still kept going. You didn't let it break you. You didn't let it, pull you out of that. Like, if anything, you got more into the song once it happened, once you realized, like, oh. And then, like, oh my God.
She enjoyed her touch. She enjoyed those high notes.
Yes.
You live up there. You
Because, Brianna, you don't have to, just like I told Aaron, you don't have to show anybody that you have a beautiful voice. You already have a beautiful voice. So if you stop showing, when we get on stage, we're too old for show and tell. We are too old for show and tell. It's share. I'm going to share what I understand about this song, and I can't wait to share it with you. That's a very different feeling than, listen to how good I am. Aren't I wonderful? No, you're not. Okay? Yes, Bellezza.
I know Brianna personally.
Yeah.
And spending practically every day with her.
Okay.
She is probably the most insecure people I've ever met.
Next to you. Yes. Okay. Okay, good.
And so I think she beats me on that.
You think? Okay.
Yeah. I think,
You guys can fight about that later. Okay. There's a prize for that, I'm sure.
I think she underestimates herself. I personally, and I'm not putting myself down or anything, but I think she is such a beautiful, like, she's so much better than me, especially because her range is so much wider than me. And, like, I don't really, it's not something that bothers me. I know we're two different people, but I don't think she realizes how amazing she is. Sometimes she leaves me breathless, and I, like, look at her, and I'm like, you think you can walk around and do this and think it's okay? But, like, I don't think she, like, ever, like, it ever clicks in her head that she's actually an amazing musician. She has an intense passion for this.
Yes, she does.
And I think I don't think she doesn't have to, like, come out and show me how great she is. I know how great you are. She spends a lot of her time in her brain. And I think
Say you. Direct it to her, you.
you spend a lot of time in your head. You don't listen to anyone but yourself. You're incredibly stubborn.
I don't know anything about that. I've never been stubborn in my life.
But these last 2 seconds, that one, you made me tear up. Like, when she said, oh, sing and a lullaby to Mother Nature, to Earth, the first 2 times, the second time you were closer, but this time you actually did it. Like, you were actually singing to the Earth, and I have no words. You are so amazing.
Brava for saying all of that. Sweetheart, if you have chosen and you feel called to be on these sacred boards, I am now going to knight you a lady of song. And if you undertake this sacred mission, don't ever turn back. I'm not kidding you. Okay. I am not kidding you. You have got to have the guts to reveal your heart. Remember, on stage, you are safe. That is a ravishing sound, and you have the emotional depth to go with it. You have both things. You don't have to manufacture anything. You have to discard this cape of fear. I really want to see the 5 points of fear for you on Showbiz Career. I really want to see it. Okay?
Yeah.
Are you willing to keep walking through this fire of creation?
Yeah.
I didn't hear her, did you? Yes. Say
I.
Your name?
Brianna Estevez.
No, I didn't hear that. I,
Brianna Estevez,
pledge
pledge
to follow this path of art
to follow this path of art
and creation
and creation
with all my heart and soul.
with all my heart and soul.
I am willing to reveal my bumps
I am willing to reveal my bumps
and weaknesses,
and weaknesses,
but above all, I will honor my soul,
I will honor my soul.
and we will all stand up and listen to you. Thank you, Bellezza. Thank you, that was ravishing. Who is my next victim? Please.
It's so important and salient in this moment. Sometimes I feel like we need to teach you guys to love a sound or love the sound that's vibrating and phonating out of you. Emily, I had to do that with you. I had to convince you that your sound was beautiful. And until you finally went, oh, Okay, then your voice started to go. Same thing with this one here.
I know.
There's
I know.
a beautiful sound in there, and it goes high. Holy cow.
Queen of the night high.
That's important.
Yeah, yeah.
But you have to realize not to be embarrassed about it, not to feel shame about it. There's no shame about loving the beauty that comes out of you in that moment.
Donna, thank you
It's
for.
really beautiful.
It was gorgeous, and thank you for saying that, because that's exactly what I said in the beginning. This brings the circle right back. That as little babies, when our huge souls, our essence is much bigger than this body that we live in. This is just the coat that houses the soul, okay? So we come into this little body, and right away everybody starts telling us what to do. But when we're a baby, we love everything about ourselves. You say babies looking at their toes, and they love their feces, they love how they smell, they love food, they'll spread it all over them because they love it so much. But the world starts telling you, no, don't do that, no, don't do that. So we have chosen, we have dared to choose to stand up and make a noise. So if we stand up to make a noise, for God's sakes, make that noise. Let people hear you. Let people hear you. And it is not that one person is better than another. It's different. Your delicacy of sound is so beautiful, Melanie. Your sincerity of sound. Nobody can do what Melanie can do. No, I'm not going to compare you to Aaron or compare you to Brianna. That would be ridiculous. Honor your own sound, your own unique fingerprint, your own unique vocal print. And this body, you're working really hard to make this body sound good. Okay? So if you're working so hard, for heaven's sakes, when you get in this space where nobody can actually do anything to you, okay? Well, use it, wallow, enjoy it. Whether or not any of you end up in a career on stage or not is not the point of all of this study. The point of all of this study, Cruz, is to put your shoulders back, dare to put your heart out and say, yo soy, I am here. Listen to what I have to share. That is your flag. That's your flag as an artist. And you will always be an artist, whether or not you have a career, singing, playing, or not. You are still an artist, because sound vibrates through you and you have bothered to study really hard. This is hard work. Not everybody can do this, as you know. All right? Take that. Take on that sacred pledge to yourself. Not just to Brianna, for all of us. We are the antenna of the race. The artists are the antenna of the race. We have a responsibility to vibrate with beautiful sound. And someone who really does is my beautiful Erica. I have never seen anyone work as hard as Erica has been working. You delight me.
Likewise.
You delight me.
There was something you just said, and one of the encouragements someone gave me a little while ago is that when you're in the grocery store and you walk in the bread aisle, it's like 1 million different varieties of bread.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a taste for everyone. So the same way that it's all the different breads, and somebody likes that type of bread, somebody will have a taste for your voice, a taste for that voice, and taste. Everybody's not going to like the same type of bread, but there's always something that somebody will like. So going back to what you were saying, the melody, people love that sound. Somebody want to hear that sound. Somebody may not want to hear me. You're their bread. I'm wheat bread. You may be multi-grain bread, but somebody wants that bread. So anyway.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. All right, darling. Just be where you are. Be where you are. We got time.
Amazing. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never heard you go to that part of your voice.
So I have been very privileged to work with this young lady, and she's been in my studio. And this is someone who came in fighting herself, battling herself, and wondering what it is she wanted to give or how to give it. And there was an anger and a love, and they were fighting with each other. And then the more we would do something, and I would see Erica change and soften. And let me tell you, when Erica softens, she breaks your heart. She breaks your heart. So what you're seeing is a very strong woman who is willing. She has taken in everything that we talked about the entire Masterclass and tried to incorporate it all right now. Okay? Because that's who she is. She attacks whatever she's doing with all four paws. Erica does not do this with one hand behind her back. And my student who has never been late, you know, never been late. As a matter of fact, she says, is the next one late? With this glee on her face, so that we can have a few more minutes. So, what I want to share about this is, first of all, there's a monster sound in there, as you can hear. Okay? Monster sound. She can probably do who knows what. She may yet become a tenor or a baritone or a coloratura. One never knows with this one. But what I want to achieve in this song, and purposely we did not go over it. Eric and I did not go over it because I wanted to see what was just going to come from her, not with my coaching. Let's just see what comes out. Okay. What I love is, yes, you've got all the notes. You can do the high notes. You can do the low notes. But now, let's talk as an actor about this song. How are you going to be able to tell me about this song? Is it better to take it as it's written? Is it better to take it an octave down? Because, honey, she's got low notes that are gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. Of course, I'm not prejudiced, as you can tell. But it's beautiful to hear that. I say you're going to pull me even more when you take that middle part down an octave and then go up at the end.
And I was going to do that, but last time I was afraid of the notes. I wanted to.
It was very important that you did it right now. Because you see, there were places where she was afraid. And what did she do? Jumped on it with all four paws and said, by damn, I'm going to do this.
Took the risk.
That's
what was
so fabulous. That was so fabulous. And when she has been rehearsing, and Donna heard her and sent me a text saying, Erica sounds incredible, and I showed it to Erica and she started crying. So it's wonderful that you're a big crybaby. I love it. So what does this song say to you? What are you saying in this song? This is really important, because what happens sometimes when we get into the really higher register, our diction gets mushy. It is not as clear. So what are you saying in this song? What are you saying, first of all?
The horse.
Yeah, no, you don't have to say all the words. What just happened?
Me in a past relationship that is still very raw.
Yeah, obviously it's raw, and obviously there's still a connection between you. So you see this person again, and so what happens?
We have to just not make eye contact, don't say a word, just pretend that we didn't see each other, because if we do, it's going to be a problem.
So you might end up back where you were, because that's how much love is there.
Yes.
So what I would love, take that middle part an octave down, take the end high. So I'm going to give you a chair. I want you to sit down in your house. In your house, you're sitting down. And you're thinking about the fact, I just saw him. I just saw him. And there he was. And all I could say was, don't look at me. Don't talk to me, because I can't handle this. I got to turn around and walk away. Go there. Go there. Come. And by the way, thank you for all of you who bothered to get dressed for today. Because when we are on the stage deserves respect. It deserves respect. I respect these lights, even the one that doesn't work, with all my heart. This is sacred space, and when you have the opportunity to be in the light, dress like it, act like it. It matters. It matters, okay? You matter. So now you've come home, this just happened, and you're sitting there and you poured yourself some wine and you don't even want it. You're just thinking, oh my God, if you feel like getting up and stand behind, whatever comes to you, but I want you to talk to yourself. This is what just happened. God, I still love this person. I didn't realize it was still so deep. Now, what did you guys notice about this second time? What does it do to you?
Oh my God.
Is it?
All the emotion. I want to cry.
Please.
I'm crying, yeah. I've cried enough, thank you very much, right?
No, but it was just like, you're so into it, you know? Like, at first I thought I couldn't connect to it. I was like, I've never really, felt about someone like that. But, my grandpa died last year, and you're making me, oh God.
On a personal level, I just wanted to say that maybe it's because you're a mature woman, and
that too.
there's mature life experiences that you've had.
Yes, yes.
But I felt something. There's like this little buzz between you that I felt, I get it. get it, I understand. There's this one moment, there's always this crystal moment in time, that's the jewel of the moment, but I felt so, the communication was so great and so clear that I really wanted to make sure that I played that well for you, or certain parts of it really, really well, because I got that, or you telegraphed that so well.
And when you went the octave down instead of as written, what happened is that the words at that moment really jumped in my heart. Because one of the things that we will continually work on is that there is no artificiality that you need to create with your jaw or your pronunciation. You don't need to, okay? Because when you overpronounce something, it makes it muddy. So when you got down in this place where it just came so simply, so directly from your heart, it was heart-rending. It was absolutely heart-rending. Any other comments from you guys? Yes.
Okay. So, thank you for giving us you. Like, I want to say you did this song last semester.
She wasn't here.
I wasn't here. I was at exit 15E. I was.
And just, oh my God, the difference. Like, I literally can't say anything but thank you. Like, I feel
Wow.
like I was right there with you. And I feel like, you know, that's what we all want. And like, wow.
So Erica was not thinking about where am I going to put that note. She was thinking of let me express this.
Exactly.
And the let me express this really hurt. Yes, Melanie.
I got goosebumps. In all, like, seriousness, like, yes, I got goosebumps. But in the comparison of last semester and this one, you did it so beautiful last semester. You did it so much more beautiful this semester.
Thank
You have
How about
such
that?
a beautiful voice. You have, oh my God, like
Isn't that a sound?
Yes.
Isn't that a sound?
So beautiful. It's so rich. It's pure. It's unapologetically amazing. And
It's balls to the wall.
yeah, you have to do minimal work to make it sound beautiful, because on its own it stands just fine.
Yes, Brianna.
I want to say that, like, it was so, you were so much more confident, right? And we can say that about all of us after 3 or 4 times of performing it.
Yes,
There's a
you get
difference
better.
When every time you perform it, there's something new about it, right? And you did it so, like, there was this natural fade in and fade out that added so much emotion to it. And it could be because you have a personal like connection to the song, like what the song was talking about, you experience it yourself. But I think it could have been any other song, and it
Yes.
would still be like calm and beautiful, and yeah.
Erica, I am so proud of you I could pop. So that's all I have to say. I love that you had the guts to say, I'm going to try this. What I couldn't do, I'm going to do it. I don't care what happens. And that, having your heart right out there in the middle of your chest for everybody to see, that takes guts. That takes guts, but we are safe on the stage. I mean, I sound like a broken record because I know that to be true. So you have walked into the threshold of all you are, and oh baby, it's quite a room. It's quite a room. I think it's probably a palace. So we're going to enjoy ourselves. And thank you for sharing this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Brava, brava. Donna, I would like tiddlywinks in E flat, please. Yeah! Isn't that nice? All right. So, it is time to go, or I will field some questions. That's completely up to you. Anything at all, about anything. You know I'm scary. You know that I will answer you. Yes.
I have to ask, how did you become so amazing?
How did I become so amazing? Well, I take 2 amazing pills every morning. And when I forget my amazing pills and I'm not so hot.
Milligrams?
No, milligrams. Oh, it's 2,000 milligrams each. So, no. Amazing happens, and I don't think that there's a shortcut. First of all, thank you for that beautiful comment. But the amazing is only sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I go, wow, that was inspired. Audrey, that was great. And then other times I'll go, who said that? Okay. Amazing happens when you meet your own heart, when you meet your own soul, and you start saying, I love you. Doesn't matter whether anybody else does. Doesn't matter whether they like the point on the end of my nose or not. Is that I am realizing that I have a responsibility. I have turned pain into beauty my entire life and my entire career. I ran to the stage to escape abuse. I have no regrets. The stage allowed me to survive, allowed me to live. And I spent a lifetime covering myself with the marvelous characters that I portrayed on stage. I covered myself. I showed myself to be a showgirl. I'm not even remotely a showgirl. I know how to be a showgirl because I was on stage for 40 years. But that's not what my heart is. And finally, when I began to realize that the strongest part of me is my tenderness and my soul, and that I am a light on this earth. And I take that responsibility very seriously. And those of you that have worked with me know that I'm not just working with your voice. I became a coach because I was always the spiritual center of the cast. So I take that and I give that and I pour that love, the love that I was so hungry for as a child. I pour it over all of you without judgment, without restraint. I am wanting you to see yourself through the filter of love, which is how I view you. That, when I accept that I have that power, that I have that light inside of me, and all of us have that light inside of us, when I am willing to say, I will stand here and shine, I will shine the love that I understand. I will do that. And when you have the guts to do that, all of the posing, all of the characters fall away. And then all you have is my heart. And with all that I've been through, that my heart still loves, amazes me. It amazes me, Melanie. I don't understand how that's even possible. But I know that there's a reason for it. That if I touch one of you today, I've touched your life in some way that you believe in yourself more than I am fulfilling my purpose. So the awesomeness, it's not about awesome, it's about contacting love. That if you can contact the biggest reason of all, if you can contact that, then nothing else matters. Nothing is more powerful than that. There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he traveled very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one day, one lucky day, he came my way. And while we talked of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Thank you, Donna.